Hi, welcome to Artist a la Mode. I'm Kim Timlage, your host, and we are in Brattleboro, Vermont, tonight with the Brattleboro Swing Duo. Sitting to my right is Walter Slowinski, and sitting to my left is Bill Conley. So welcome to the show. It's been a while since we've done the show, so I'm excited to talk to a couple of musicians that have been playing the Brattleboro scene for a while. And you grew up, I read, in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Mendota.
Yep. Mendota. It's basically across the river from St. Paul.
Yeah. And you said it was right by the Mississippi River.
Right by the Mississippi. Yeah, we could walk down there about a mile maybe. And Mendota, the town, is very small actually. I mean, the Twin Cities is a couple million people, but Mendota is maybe 500 or something like that. Mm-hmm. But they had this emporium of jazz down there. Which is a curious name, but anyway,
Yeah, that interests me because at a young age, you grew up in a culture where a mile away, you got to hear jazz right away.
Well, they didn't really want me coming in until I was of age. But actually, so there's some interesting musicians down there. Butch Thompson, who plays on Perry Home Companion, was the piano player and the clarinet player in the Hall Brothers Jazz Band. And the band was great. They did outreach to different colleges around, and actually Mike Polad, the soprano sax player, wrote a march that was played by our high school band. So he came over, and I got to hear him fairly frequently, but it was, I heard this jazz and it struck a chord.
Do you remember how old you were when you first heard this jazz thing?
I would have, it's not super young, 15 or something like that.
So that's pretty young.
I got the bug about then.
Yeah. And then, so you continued on in college and...
Yeah, so I studied actually chemistry and clarinet in college, went to Oberlin Conservatory, and was a classical player in the conservatory, which was fine as far as it went. But I actually one day I was sitting in my music history class, and I could hear a guy behind me he said, "Hey, anybody know a clarinet player for a Dixieland band?" It was like in the middle of the lecture. And I said, "Let me talk to you afterwards." So we got a band going in Oberlin my first year, and I stuck with that for 4 years.
Wow. So you knew at an early age that you wanted to do music, and specifically jazz. I mean, you even had a professor that kind of said, no, you shouldn't go.
Yeah, the professor was not too into it. No, I've played a lot of different kinds of music, and the jazz has definitely been a taproot, and something I've kept doing and really love. I mean, when I heard Dixieland jazz for the first time, it's just, I get it. And it's been, I played a lot of different kinds of music as I've gone along, but I've kind of always played that as well.
Yeah, and so you knew that at an early age too, which is
yeah. It wasn't clear. Some things were clear at an early age.
Yeah. And then you came to Brattleboro. I'm going to talk to Bill in a minute, but you came to Brattleboro in '98.
Yep. Yeah. Actually, it was great to connect with the Jazz Center then. I was able to take my playing in a non-Dixieland sort of direction then, and Eugene Newman helped out a lot. Kind of filling in a bunch of gaps for me, which was great. And then we got Jazzberry Jam going within a year or so coming to town. So like 1999 we started playing.
Yeah, and Bill, were you part of that group? And
Not originally, no. No, I wasn't.
So when did you come to Brattleboro?
I came in '82.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to be a student at School for International Training.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
to study, to get my master's in teaching.
Oh, wow.
So.
Yeah, but you also started music at a young age listening to the Beatles, right?
Right. Yeah. In fact, recently, within the last week or so, was the anniversary of the thing that really turned me on to playing guitar was seeing the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show when they came to America for the first time. And I was 5 or 6 years old, and within a month or so of that, seeing the Beatles, which I found out 78 million Americans watched that show, which at that time was the most watched TV show in the history of television.
And is that how you first learned how to play music? Just listening to their music and not copying, but hearing by ear and then trying to play?
I grew up in a musical family, so my dad was a jazz piano player, and so I was always surrounded by his favorite music, which was big band swing and piano jazz, and so I was the only one in my family that said, "Hey, I'd like to learn the guitar," and that was sacrilege in a family where everybody learned piano.
So can you talk a little bit about this guitar you're going to be playing tonight?
This guitar is, for players who want to play jazz. This guitar is kind of the classic style. It's an open. It's kind of has an acoustic quality to it, but it also has this little pickup, which basically is the electronic means of transmitting the sound into the amplifier behind me. And so the reason that this is a great guitar for the music that Walter and I play is that I can play kind of standard straight ahead jazz with it, but I can also get kind of the older style, the swing style, and get a kind of an acoustic feel to it. So, that's...
And you're both singing a lot tonight, right?
Oh, yeah, we'll do some singing. Yeah.
And with the swing bands, it gets dancers going, right? So do you notice, does that influence your music a lot with the dancing and the singing?
Well, you can speak to that more.
Oh yeah, it's totally a kick for the players to see some dancers out there really
Great.
adding to the energy.
Yeah, and you guys are known really locally for the Jazzberry.
Jazzberry Jam. Yep,
Jazzberry Jam.
we've been around for
Yeah.
16 years.
Yeah, a long time.
And Walter and I having this duo is a fairly recent thing, and we're trying to make a go of that and take the music that we have been playing for a while together and find new ways to arrange it for a duo. And so we're hoping to.
And what kind of events would a duo like this, where you want to perform?
Weddings, parties. I think we're versatile enough that we can do background. We can just be background music for events. We can be more up front. We could do a concert or a show. We could. There's a wide variety of things. We played some parties and events and that kind of.
So they're up for parties and weddings. Good to know.
Yeah, had
And-
an 80th year birthday party last
80th?
summer.
Oh.
And also a wedding. And a wedding. It was fun, yeah. And we also played a lot at the Putney Farmers Market and those types of places, Brattleboro Farmers Market. And we're going to play we played at an opening for a gallery around Christmas time. We're going to do another opening tomorrow night up in Alchemy Arts in there. But our first gig as a duo was on the Bell of Brattleboro about 15 years ago.
Is that right?
Yeah. So we've been playing actually as a duet, but much more consistently lately.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Remember Bell of Brattleboro?
Yeah, I
Yep.
do.
Couldn't fit the whole band on that boat.
The two people that are watching the show would probably remember that too. So.
Great. And do you want to talk a little bit, segue into what you'll be playing tonight or for us next?
Sure. Yeah. So what we're trying to do tonight is kind of showcase the variety of music that we play within, kind of within the jazz idiom. So there'll be some very up-tempo kind of Dixieland style songs from the, Dixieland is really the kind of the taproot of jazz in many ways. And then we'll be doing more. What came later in jazz history was, swing tunes. Try to take a big band swing sound and reduce it to two players is our challenge, and we try to rise to it. And then we'll be doing some ballads, slower tunes, and we'll do some originals too, some songs that Walter's written and I have written. So.
Great.
Yeah.
Walter, you want to add anything to that, or before we get started?
The first tune we'll do is a tribute to Charlie Christian. He was a young guitar player. Played with Benny Goodman's band, in 1939, 1940. He's a great player. Tragically died at 25 of tuberculosis. When swing was hot and everybody in the country was on the same page about what kind of music they liked.
Wow. Wow. Well, I have a feeling I could talk to you guys for a long time. There's a wealth of knowledge here, but we'll let you play, and I'll get out of the way with my chair.
Great,
So
thank you.
welcome, and enjoy the show.
Thanks. Yeah, so this song, as Walter mentioned, is called Tribute to Charlie Christian. Thank you.
This next tune comes from that same band. Another Charlie Christian tune. This one was Benny Goodman. It's probably a Charlie Christian composition in that he composed a few
He
songs
composed.
that went later by Benny's name.
And
It's called.
you know, one thing I'll say about this tune too, and that this style that we're playing is that if you're a guitar player and you want to learn to play swing style or jazz style, these are the tune that we just did and the next one really are the Charlie Christian tunes. He's kind of the godfather of electric jazz guitar. So when I was trying to learn, I just tried to learn from his, you know, his songs and his examples. So
It's called 7 Come 11.
Okay, 7 Come 11, that was called.
Yeah.
Next one, Walter. What
Next
is
one is Bill Bailey,
Bill
old,
Bailey. Really old?
really old. Yeah. Well, these are all pretty. Really, although this is actually a little older than
This goes-
Charlie Christian stuff.
Yeah,
This goes back
yeah.
about 1920. It was a popular song around then. money, I'll pay the rent. I know I done you wrong, I know I done you wrong, baby. Don't you remember that rainy evening when I turned you out? Nothing but a fine tooth comb. Well, I know I'm to blame, but ain't any shame. Bill Bailey, won't you please come? Bill Bailey, won't you please come? Bill Bailey, won't you please come home?
Thanks.
Right. Somebody or Phil.
Okay, so we switched gears a little bit here. A lot. And this is from really a Brazilian jazz tradition, which really took the United States by storm, probably in late 50s, early 60s. So when I was learning guitar as a little boy, my guitar teacher said, well, you have to learn Girl from Ipanema, and you have to learn all, because the Brazilian sound, taking jazz and mixing it with their traditions was like really popular. Girl from Ipanema being probably one of the most chart-topping songs in that era. So this is from that same era and tradition. It's called, what's it called again? Samba de
Orfeo.
Some of you.
As time goes by.
As time goes by. Okay. As time goes by from the movie Casablanca, you probably have heard this song. Many people have. Yeah. So we're trying to work in some slower tunes. A lot of our tunes are upbeat, as the last several have been, and we're going to do a slower one now, a ballad, a traditional jazz ballad. So. Must remember this. A kiss is just a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always remember lovers as time goes by. as time goes by.
All right.
And he never did say in the movie, "Play it again, Sam." Just for those of you who are wondering about that.
Bogey say that?
No, he never did. That's the kind of the geeky minutia that you can get into with the movie.
What'd he say?
He said, "Just play it.
Play it, Sam.
Just play it, Sam." And of course, Sam didn't want to play because that would remind him of his former love. And, yeah.
Next tune is Royal Garden Blues.
Royal
Also
Garden Blues.
Swing tune off that era, although Royal Garden was played by quite a number of people, back to Louis Armstrong before.
Oh, we got to have some Louis Armstrong roots in this music, right? Okay.
There you go.
garden. Okay, now we really venture out.
Yep. Bring it right up to date here. This is a song I wrote in the calypso style, in honor of the non-snowbirds,
Right.
who don't go down to the islands and swim instead at the Colonial Inn.
Right at the spa.
My wife being the heroine of that concept.
Doesn't your family always winter in Brattleboro?
In winter, we winter
Yeah,
in
you
Brattleboro.
winter.
And my parents winter in Minneapolis.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I like to winter in this part of, the United
Yeah, so
States.
the late and great Howard Borofsky wrote a tune for his wife, Robin, called Robin in the Islands. And inspired by his example, I wrote this tune called Sue's at the Spa.
Sue's at the Spa by Brattleboro's own Walter Slowinski on the clarinet. So now we delve into
Mr. Django.
gypsy jazz. Kind of took the world by storm, probably again in the 20s. Into the 30s, there was a group in Paris called the Hot Quintet du Paris, and some of the famous guitarist was Django Reinhardt, and this song is kind of a signature Django Reinhardt Quintet de Hot Club of Paris. Their song called Minor Swing. Okay.
Lead us on. Yeah, give us that band.
Waiting for Winter. Walter, what's next?
Ain't She Sweet?
Ain't She Sweet? That's a great tune.
Written for a kid. Written for a baby.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Ben Burney wrote it for a baby.
Oh, good. That's nice.
Sweet Georgia Brown was also written for a baby.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really good. Okay, so Ain't She Sweet? You probably know.
1, 2. Ain't she sweet? I'm walking on down the street. Well, I asked you very confidentially, ain't she sweet? Ain't she nice? I look her over once or twice. Well, I asked you very confidentially, ain't she nice? Just cast an eye in that direction. Oh me, oh my, ain't that perfection? I repeat, don't you think she's kinda neat? Well, I asked you very confidentially, ain't she sweet? Just walking on down the street. Well, I asked you very confidentially, ain't she sweet? Ain't she nice? Look her over once or twice. Well, I asked you very confidentially, ain't she nice? Just cast an eye in that direction. Oh me, oh my, ain't that perfection? I repeat, don't you think she's kinda neat? Well, I asked you very confidentially, ain't she sweet? Well, I think we have about 5 minutes left if I'm reading that green light over there correctly.
Oh, the green light. The green light.
The green ticker.
Yeah, so it goes by fast.
It
when
does.
when
Yeah,
there's a
yeah,
lot of talent, and a lot of fun, and a lot of great energy, it goes by really fast. You ever notice that? And when
Yeah,
you're suffering,
that's
it goes
what I
by
was
really
saying.
slow.
Right.
As time goes by.
Yeah, so great job. Thanks for coming. And if they want to, you could definitely see you guys at a party or a wedding. If they want to find out how to get a hold of you or where you're playing.
Well, you know, we're in the process of getting really high tech here. We're going to have a website and all that kind of stuff. So, Brattleboro Swing Duo, you can find us. Or on Gigmaster, or we're going to have a Facebook, all this kind of stuff. Okay. Or Bill Conley, Walter Slowinski.
Bill Conley,
Great.
Walter Slowinski.
Or just ask around.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
People know about it.
Yeah, great. It's a small town.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming, and we'll see you folks next month on March 19th with Patty and the Cakes. And you guys are going to play a few more tunes to take
Yeah.
us home?
We'll play at least one more.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Should we do In the
I'll
Mood?
let you do it.
Yeah, let's do In the Mood. A big band swing tune that the two of us will try to play. Also, not sure when this is going to air, this show, but Walter and I are playing in Putney Friday
The 13th.
the 13th.
At Alchemy Arts.
Alchemy Arts.
Main Street, Putney.
Main Street Putney. Okay.
1, two.